Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Sorry for the late start, had connectivity issues. So I'm going to set up the room real quick, then we can get started with our session shortly. This link sent out real quick. Hey guys, morning, everybody. Sorry for the late start. I had issues with connectivity, so I lost track of time and I just realized the market was open. I was trying to wait for the YouTube to fix. Had this issue in the past, but it's all good. Anyways, let me just mark up the liquidity real quick here on the 1 minute. See if there was a breakout today. There was a breakout right here. Unfortunately, we didn't take it, but looks like it. Or actually, there's no breakout here. There was actually no breakout this morning because these candles here were just, this was too big. So this wouldn't have been a breakout, and there's nothing to happen before 6:35. So there's actually no breakout today. So it's fine. We didn't really miss much. So let me go over here real quick and mark up the liquidity on the 1 minute real quick. So let's go here and mark this up super quickly. And we should be good. Thanks, D. So we got news at 7 anyway. So there was no breakout this morning. Plus there is news coming up shortly at 7. So we still have some time right here. So no rush really. I'm just going to finish marking up the liquidity here, and then we can get started with our analysis. Right, Miles, this is it's a clone for sure. Anyways, let me get all this stuff set up real quick. Let's get it right here. I know, right, Mauricio? That's my excuse. I'm running late from the gym. All right, let me get this finished right here. $10-minute. $5-minute. Hopefully the sentiment is actually pushing this time. We have like a bias, but we'll see. I did take one trade last night. I did chicken out and I didn't take the full profit. I only made about like 400 or so, but there was like one trade that I saw during Asia and it looked good, but then the market started moving all funky because the spread was so wide. So I didn't end up taking it. But yeah, here's the 1 minute. I've pretty much marked up all liquidity, and price is pretty much it's pretty much waterfalling right now. So there's no entries to take here on the 1 minute. Then we have news coming up shortly as well. Here on the 10 minute, let me go ahead and mark up the liquidity here as well. Let's see. So it looks like price is starting to hit that low. I'm getting close to it. But there's not really liquidity here getting hit. Like there's areas of liquidity being hit, but not like the double lines that we're looking for. So even if we were to see price get, price hit liquidity, it's not necessarily going to provide for a speculative entry. Maybe right here as price gets lower, but not currently right now where price is currently at. I think my bias today is going to be a sell. Well, obviously we'll take a look at that to confirm it. Let's get right there. All right, so I think that's it for the liquidity here on the 10. You can see price came down and it touched that area of liquidity right there. There's actually a pretty nice little area right here. If price does push below, I'll be watching this right here. If price does push below, maybe I'll take it for a quick little push. This is a speculative trade for liquidity right here. Typically, you guys know how this works. I'll probably be watching this to see if it pushes a little lower. And then maybe I'll enter for a quick little scalp. But I got to keep an eye on that. Still has about a minute left on here. But I think there is a session right here. Let me see. Yeah, it's actually right at the session. So probably no liquidity right there. Thanks, Madhu. I didn't even think about turning on the session, but now that I have everything all marked up, you're right. It is right at the session. So I'm probably not going to take that. Seemed like a good idea until that session showed up. So definitely lifesaver right there, Madhu, if I was to take that. So no entry there, actually. I'm not going to take that. It's not worth the risk. So other than that, there's nothing here on the 10 minute. There's nothing for us to take. Market opened here at 6:30 just a few minutes ago. There hasn't been any entries since. Here on the 1 minute, also an issue as price bounces around. Turn that session back on right here. This is fine because we want price to actually retrace like it is right now, so that when price does come back down, we have some sort of leeway. Here on the 1 minute, the session is actually like literally right there. So Madhu's spot on with identifying that. That could have been a horrible entry if I was to enter at some point down here. Other than that, see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. I think that might be it for right now. We do have news coming up shortly over here at 7 o'clock. So we had news at 5:30. We actually had news at 4:30, 5:15, 5:30, and 7. So 4:15, 4:30, 5:15, and 5:30. Let me just mark that up real quick over here. So opening price was, oops, wrong tool. Opening price was right here. We had news at 5:30. I mean, this stuff's going to be pretty relevant because price is pushed so far, but there was news at 4:30, it looks like. $4.30. 515 and 530 over here. Yeah, prices so far that these news price areas don't really matter. I don't expect it to come back up here anytime soon. All right, then we had news again right here at 7 as well. And then we got news at 7:30. There's a lot of news today, actually. Let me mark up the. All right, so we just had news right here. Price is now pushing up. News was negative. And then we have news again at 8. There's actually news all day today. And we have Fed members speaking later today as well. So maybe it was a good thing we started late because this kind of prevented us from entering these like super risky trades. I mean, either way, from 6:30 till now, there was no entries that were available. As you can see, there was a sell momentum going. And there wasn't really much to take. There was actually a high-low scalp entry right here, but maybe you probably would have skipped it. Other than that, looks like price is starting to develop a range right here. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, no, definitely. Can only imagine. I never missed the live. But thanks, Jennifer, for sure. See you tomorrow. Other than that, let's see. Anything else over here real quick? I don't see anything here on the 1 minute. Price is now pushing up, which is perfectly fine. This is exactly what we want. We have the retracement right here. So we can probably look for some sort of V3 or something. So looking over here at the retail sentiment is currently 55% long. Looking over here at the fundamentals are currently down 132 points. They're not very strong, but we do have a bearish bias right now. Reason for that is because the fundamentals here are down 100 points and they're consistently down below there. Also looking over here at retail sentiment is 55% long, indicating that 55% of retail traders are buying. So we want to do the opposite of them. And lastly, looking over here at the heat map should be pretty red right now for the most part. So looking at the heat map over here, letting it load, majority of the stocks here in the US30 stock index are red. So with that said, we do have some sort of a bearish bias here. It's not super strong, but it is a bearish bias. So we're going to be looking for any possible sells here. There's a V3 here that's coming up. However, it's right at news price and it's also right at the session below here as well. So there's a V3 here. Actually, it might be too small. No, it's actually fine. So this is a V3 right here, but one of the red flags is that it's right at news price. I mean, possibly what you guys could do is probably take it for maybe like a quick little push, not necessarily like a big one, because it might bounce off news price right there. But if you want to take it for a quick little scalp, I mean, you could probably catch that for 100 pips or so. I'm going to try to catch it myself. Let's see if I can get this right here. But you guys can see where it's rejecting from. It's rejecting directly off the news price right there, which is that pink line. Not to say that it won't push right through it, but you know, typically price will reject off it, and then one of two things will happen where it will either bounce off this way and reject off it, or it'll break right through it and drop further. So that's kind of what to expect right here. Off of this, let me see if I have something here from my trade last night. Let me check real quick. There we go. As price drops below, and we will see where it goes from here. Just gotta check this real quick. So still watching this. I'm just taking a screenshot of what I took last night so that you guys can check it out. Because I know a lot of you guys like seeing the trades that I take off the live and whatnot. let's see. Still pushing down. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I gotta take a screenshot again because it just hit my TP. So as I mentioned earlier, guys, you could have taken it for a small push. I only caught it for 100 pips here because when price pushed up over here, I actually entered. So when it pulled up over here, right above the entry point, I just caught it for 100 pips. So like right here, caught it for a quick little push because I figured it'd come down and test the news price right here, but I didn't want to risk it and hold on to it for too long. So what happened was for this V3 right here, I took it for a partial move and it actually just hit full TP right now if you caught the full thing. So if you guys were listening, I got in just real quick and then I got out. So I'll take a screenshot of my profits. Looks like I hit some slippage. So I only locked in 990, should have been 1,000, but it's okay. Profit is profit, especially during conditions like this where it's not really moving all smooth. Plus, there was a red flag right there with the news price. The thing with the news price right here, guys, is this is probably going to be like the weakest of the red flags, right? So like here, I mean, they're kind of in order. Like the sessions here, I for sure don't take trades when it's like near the sessions. So I was okay with taking this right here, but I wouldn't have taken it down here. That's like one of the things I wouldn't have done. Near opening price is like way up here. Near news price, this is probably the weakest because you'll see price like actually come and break through it. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll like shoot right through it and blast through, but I could see it testing it and then passing through it. That's why I took it for only 100 pips there. The candle prior to entry is too large requirement for a red flag is the weakest one, because if you see a big candle like that, you can always take it as price pushes down lower. So like say you get a huge candle, price retraces up. When price comes back down, you can make the late entry from that point. That's kind of what I did right here, even though the candle wasn't big. So I'll take a screenshot of my profits right there, but as I mentioned, it is still a bit of a risky move because for the V3 right here, it's still near the news price. So it's a risky move, but it's a calculated risk. Like for example, here I took it because this is the only red flag that was being reached. If there was like two of these, and for sure I wouldn't have taken anything, but since it was just one, I was okay with taking that trade there. So, and there you go, another full TP. Well, I mean, not another full TP, but again, the same push to the bottom right there for a full push. So let me just screenshot my profits real quick. If you guys caught it, great work. If you didn't, it's all right. Just wait for the next one. But these trades here are coming pretty quick because you randomly kind of spot these as price comes and settles in. There's another pivot scalp right here, but it's not one that I would take for the same reason. Near news price. I mean, you could have taken it for a quick little push again right there because the 100 pips would have been hit, but I didn't take it because it was too late. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else over here for us to take. I should have taken that pivot scalp. I was worried that I was going to be too close to the sessions over here, but it was actually enough to hit TP. Nice. D said she snagged the pivot so fast though. Yeah, there's just too many. There's just too much risk involved with these entries right here. Let me just send this to you guys real quick. So I'm taking a screenshot of my profits for you guys who actually took the V3. Just make sure to pull out, guys. Don't get greedy right now. You guys have to keep in mind. I feel like a lot of people forget that it is it's NFP week. So even though the long weekend is over, it's still NFP week. So there's room for a lot of manipulation in the market. So I will post this up right here. This is a V3. So that you guys know to pull out. So I know a lot of you guys sometimes don't pull out even if you see like it go way past the TP. And then let me screenshot that. Nice, Madhu. Awesome, guys. And so you guys took the breakout without me. Awesome. I'm glad to see you guys actually have it down so that you guys can take it without really needing to depend on me 100%. Yeah, the breakout this morning, I saw it. The candle wasn't like, it was kind of an iffy candle because it wasn't like a super strong candle, um, but it did push down pretty heavy. So if you guys took the breakout this morning without my guidance, I mean, congrats to you guys. That just shows that you guys actually have it down. It looks like Madhu and a couple other people took it as well. So this is why it's important that you guys pay attention during the live sessions and that you guys have access to the indicators so that in certain instances where like I missed the session or there's internet connectivity issues, you guys would still be able to take the trade. So here's my profits real quick. So I just made a small profit, nothing too crazy, just enough. As you can see, it kind of hit some slippage there, not in my favor. And this is from the V3 that I just marked up earlier. We have another entry over here sort of setting up, so it's fine. And we'll be looking for another entry here. Our bias is still a sell. So we'll be looking for maybe a possible V3, V1, V2, etc. As price continues to push around. But here are my profits on my account so far. This was the V3 that we were just discussing where I took it for a partial move. And here's my profits right here. You guys can see this one with the green strip. This is my main account. I locked in 990 for a total of 1,384. My copier over here, I locked in 1,190. Slippage actually worked in my favor on this account. Locked in a total of 1,484. Third account over here, total profit of 1,260. My second MFF, another one, 1,260 here as well. And my third account, again, 1,260 right here as well. So profit. Solid. I think there's a lot of other profits here as well. So I'll take a look at that shortly. Just give me 1 second, guys. Here. All right, looks good. So scrolling up over here. See if there's anything else over here. So it looks like a lot of you guys here actually took the breakout. So amazing work over here, guys. Just looking at this. I just saw your message, Rick. Rick said, I'm getting worried about Sean. Now let me go check his Insta to see what he did last night. Yeah, I didn't do anything last night. Anelli over here took the breakout, locked in a total of 2,781. Nice work right there, Anelli. Scrolling down lower, Al over here locked in a total of 1,460. Nice work, Al. Kenny over here locked in a total of 3,300. Nice work, Kenny. A lot of you guys here actually took the breakout, so you guys did amazing. Mauricio over here as well, locked in a total of 7,053. So great work right there, Mauricio. Other than that, I think that's it for right now, unless there's anything else that I'm missing. Nelly over here as well took the little sell with us, locked in a total of 3,976. Nice work right there to Nelly. And other than that, Kevin over here locked in a total of 13,886. Man, you've been on fire this whole week, Kevin. It's crazy. Keep it coming. And then Mauricio over here as well. Damn, Mauricio here is keeping up with Kevin, locked in a total of 15,427. Looks like you're letting them run and then moving your stop loss and profit, which is amazing. You're doing great. Keep it up, Mauricio. Man, a 15K day. Can't remember the last time I did that. It's been a while, but great work right there, Mauricio. Great work to everybody here. And again, guys, sorry for my late start on the live. I did have issues with connectivity. I don't know, maybe it's because we're going into summer. I know in the winter I have the same issues, but right now, not as much. So see if there's anything else over here. Hugo over here sent in his profits. He took the breakout as well, locked in a total of 6,115 right here. So amazing work right there, Hugo. Thanks, guys. I just saw your messages here from Hugo and from Kenny, Sisuk, everybody. Jay over here as well took the breakout, locked in a total of 1,097. There's another V3 right here, guys. Not one that I would take because it's, again, it's at the sessions. That's one of the bigger red flags. So I'll mark up the V3 right here, but not one that I would necessarily want to take. It's pushing all over the place. So you guys want to be careful with taking the entries here. I for sure will not be taking this one. One reason is because it's right at the sessions right there, which is the London low. And then again, there's another sessions right here. So I'm not trying to get caught in these moves right here and end up getting burnt. So I'm not taking any trades right now. Vincent over here sent in his profits, locked in a total of 2,103. Nice work, Vincent. Maddie over here, locked in a total of 595 off this account. 1,390 off this account. And then 1,300 off this account. Nice work, Maddie, across all your accounts. Cern over here as well. Cern is currently up 369 off this account. He's up 20% for the day. Nice work, Cern. Great work, guys. You guys did pretty good without me earlier this morning. So I'm glad that you guys are able to stay consistent with this too. So Tasha over here as well, locked in a total of 735 off that sell that we took not too long ago. So nice work right there, Tasha. Kevin said, been on fire since I joined K2. Thanks to your daily analysis. I just replay everything you tell us every day in my head while I'm trading. Yeah, no, definitely. Kevin, that's really what it is, right? It's just, you don't need like your handheld, but you just need that guidance in the background that will really help you, trade in the proper direction. So nice work, Kevin. And, keep it up, bro. Yesterday you did amazing. Today you did amazing as well. So this is just the beginning. I mean, you just joined K2 like a month ago or less than a month ago. And you've been on fire. So it's just the beginning of it. Scrolling down real quick. See Kenny over here, 3,300. Ed over here, nice work, Ed. Ed over here took some trades, all wins, no losses. So straight profits right there for Ed. Scrolling down lower, Dre over here took the breakout as well, locking a total of 1,437. So nice work right there, Dre. And Narith over here as well, locking the total of 5,372, all wins, no losses. Here we go. Price as price drops below. If price continues to drop a little lower, I might catch it for a quick little push right there for a sell, just to catch the little liquidity push right here. Because I do see it pushing below this point, which it did right there. Let me see. It didn't pull me out of the trade yet, though. So let's see as it goes down lower. But yeah, basically this area of liquidity right here. There's just a lot of areas of risk because of how price is moving and where it's moving. So that's why I didn't really want to hold it for too long, but I took it for a quick 100 pips, as I mentioned right here. As price push below, this trade's not going to count obviously because I didn't take the full move, and I just thought about taking the last push of it because the area of liquidity right there. So what I did was when price was bouncing from this area to here, I just caught it for a quick 100 pips and I locked in another 1,000 right here. That's where I locked in the 100 pips. Oh, you're right. My bad, B. I didn't even think about that, man. So here's my problem. I'm starting to phone ones at trades. You're 100% right, B. I didn't even see that this was broken already. This wasn't even a liquidity for the top side. This wasn't even a liquidity for the bottom side. It was a liquidity from the top side. Okay, I just got lucky with that trade, guys. So, well, I mean, you can use liquidity in both directions, but like what B said, he said, would that liquidity level still be valid? Technically, it wouldn't be valid because it already pushed past it. This was actually liquidity pushing to the upside. So there was liquidity right here. But you guys can see how price will come back and it'll retest the areas of liquidity, right? There's always going to be areas of liquidity, and if you're trading in the direction of the bias. But this push right here actually it hit liquidity to the upside, but then I forgot to remove it. And when it came down right here, I thought it was liquidity for the bottom side, but it wasn't. But price just pretty much faked out. It's a huge fake out to the upside, and then it came right back down. That's where I took it for that liquidity push. However, that was a mistake. As you can see, if you apply the K2 strategies, even if you're making a mistake, a lot of times it'll still work out. But yeah, sorry guys, that wasn't an actual entry. This was a V3, but this was an actual liquidity push because it was already broken. I just got lucky because price pushed past it, and then it just retested the area of liquidity right here. Again, price is hitting liquidity below here, but damn, this price is moving too fast. So I'm not going to chase it. It's too late to enter it, but that would have been nice. Another area of liquidity right here. The 10-minute liquidity just got hit right here too. Thanks, Maddie, for confirming that. So, man, I just drew these areas of liquidity like less than 20 minutes ago, and they all got hit. So we're having a pretty big push right now. Just gonna keep this marked up right here. Yeah, I just hit liquidity right there, and price is starting to dump. So this is why you guys want to. This is why you guys always want to confirm the bias, because I confirmed with you guys that we're looking for sells, right? Because the retail sentiment was 55% long. Looking over here at the fundamentals were down 200 points. The heat map is all red. So with that said, we're only looking for sells. So if you guys were focused on sells here and you guys identified these areas of liquidity, you guys could have taken some trades here for some sells speculatively. But it is now at these sessions again below here. So I wouldn't recommend chasing these moves here because it's like literally right at the sessions. But here's the good thing. Price actually created another area of liquidity below here. So if price does come back for the retest, then we can probably see it drop even further from there. Right. So there's another area of liquidity that was being developed right there, right below it. So you need to close below the sessions. Yeah, exactly. Matthew said, or Maddie said, a stop loss to be above the sessions too, which I agree. One second, guys. Back. Oh, man, it really pushed through it already. There's that area of liquidity. Let me see if I can take it for another quick push. Nice. Wow, that thing pushed right through it. As price pushed below here, I literally just hit a sell on my DOM and it went straight to TP within a few seconds. I don't know if anyone else caught it. Nice, B caught it as well. So that's what I was looking for. I was waiting for it to come below here so that I can catch my TP. I only caught it for 100 pips. Nice. John caught it, Sisu caught it, Søren caught it, Kevin caught it, D caught it. So that's what I was anticipating. I only caught it for 100 pips, so I got in like really quick. As soon as price hit this area right here, I literally just caught it for a quick 100 pips. So as you can see, it hit TP rather quickly. It just shot right through it. Yeah, what a great training day for us today. Let me take a screenshot. We're not going to count that trade, obviously, because it's not an official trade. It's just a speculative sell using the areas of liquidity. So I've had a pretty good morning so far. Not bad for a late start. Solid profit right there. So price is still technically at the sessions right now. So if you guys do take any trades, all of these will be considered risky because it's right at the sessions, especially here on the 10. If you're in the lower time frame, then it might make a little more sense, but overall, the entries right now are all going to be a bit risky because that red flag is still up. Man, I'm so glad there's a bias today. There wasn't a bias on Tuesday or Wednesday, so market was kind of difficult to enter. But now that we have a bias, it's easy to just take sells and not really worry about it, because odds are it's going to hit your TP. Right, so here are my profits from that right there. All right, so here are all of my profits so far. Here's my main account. You can see the green strips. I took a couple trades here. I just threw out. I locked in a total of 3,299. My second account locked in a total of 3,454. My third account locked in 3,250. My fourth account, same thing, 3,250, my MFF. And then my fifth one, same thing, 3,250. So these are my 3 MFFs, and then these are my 2 FTMOs. You guys can see some slippage here. There's actually a lot of slippage here in my favor for my FTMO copier. I locked in a total of 1,600 off that one last trade. 33 profit. So I'll take a look at everyone else's profits as well. Looks like a lot of you guys here did pretty well. And again, right there. So there goes a full TP. If you guys caught it for that setup that I marked up right there, it's just a liquidity push. It's not necessarily like a strategy that we follow regularly. We only do it when the bias is strong and there's a lot of volatility in the market. So another one right there. Miles said this clone is better than the real Sean. And then we got news coming up in 3 minutes. Thanks guys for the update at 7:30. So yeah, here are my trades right here. Did pretty solid across these. Yeah, Maddie said 10-minute liquidity hit again. It was too fast. Yeah, it was way too fast. I wasn't able to catch it, but it's all good. Looks like a lot of you guys here locking some pretty solid profit anyway. So I'll take a look at everyone else's. So as you guys can see, there's some days where these liquidity pushes are vital, right? It's like it's a game changer, because the thing is, there's no other entries for us to take, like no official entries, but these liquidity pushes are providing for a lot of opportunity to enter these trades. So now that this liquidity here has been hit, there's no more liquidity waiting around these areas. We have a new pretty much empty area. The price is going to be bouncing around. So yeah, nothing here off the 10. Back over here on the 1, there's nothing here either. I mean, all this liquidity here got hit. So there's no more liquidity sitting around this area. The only area of liquidity is going to be this last line, which is not going to be very useful, obviously, because obvious reasons. We also have news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. So we'll keep looking. Tody's asking, hey, Sean, which time frame is best to take these liquidity pushes? The best time frame would be the 10-minute, because you'll have an accurate area of liquidity, right? You're not going to have too much noise. So the 10-minute would be the easiest and most accurate, because you don't have to like pay attention too much. The 1 minute would obviously be the riskiest because it's such a lower time frame, but it's useful. You can pretty much use it on any time frame. But depending on your risk tolerance, like if you're too slow, you probably would want to be on the higher time frames. But you can catch them on the 1 too. It just really depends on like if these lows are established. So like they have to be kind of established, like they need to be set, and then price will have to retrace a bit and then come back down to make sure that it's actually like, you know, a legit low. So yeah, you can use it on any time frame, but a 10-minute would probably be the easiest because it's like those lows have been like set in stone basically. So news was negative. Thanks, Peter, for letting us know. Obviously you can see there's a manipulated push right there. It's doing the opposite. So going over to the news right here at 7:30. Yeah, looking at the news here at 7:30, we had natural gas storage, which was negative, as Peter said. All right, so it's negative. This might be just a fake out. Price might push up slightly and then it'll make its way back down. But we do have news price right there marked up, so take that off. And we should be good right here. Let's see, question from PC is asking if that was a 10-minute snipe at 7:10. Let me go over here real quick. So much stuff on the chart. Looks like it. PC. It's at 7:10, right? Yeah. So yes, that looks like, yeah, it was a snipe right over here. 7:10, just like you said. So right on the close, if you took that trade right there, looks like it went straight to TP. Like little to no drawdown at all. Nice, nice. Yeah, PC said, cool. It hit TP on my demo within minutes. Nice work. Yeah, you identify that perfectly, PC. So great work right there. Now that you've been practicing, you know, when it comes down to the next one, you'll be ready again as well. So nice work right there, guys. Other than that, there's nothing really else to look at right now. Yeah, Kevin said I also look at liquidity on higher timeframes to determine where price may go. Then I use buy or sell limits to enter trades and TP accordingly to daily bias and fundamental. Smart move, Kevin. Yeah, that's one thing that I do as well. That's why for here on the 10-minute, I'll start my liquidity areas. Like I'll draw my liquidity on the daily down to the 10. On the 1 minute, I'll go from the 1 hour down to the 1 minute, which is it is useful to identify, you know, where price is likely to go like a little later. So like, for example, here on the 1 minute, you don't see liquidity here any lower, but on the higher time frames, so if we go up to like the 10-minute, you can see that there's actually liquidity on the lower side right here. So it's just pretty much sitting there and waiting until it's ready to be used. But yeah, that's how I do it. So you can do that too, Tody. Like what you can do is you can go on the higher time frames, like how I did here. You'll draw the liquidity, but you can still make your entries on the 1 minute. So you have the areas of liquidity marked up, but you can cash it on the 1 minute as price pushes around. That's probably the best way to do it. So you're technically like trading on multiple time frames. Other than that, I think that's it for the questions. Let me see if there's anything else here that I missed. If you guys asked any questions and I didn't get to it, you know, just drop your question again in the chat. There's a lot. The chat's been going kind of crazy today with messages, so I haven't seen everything. But let's see. Man, these allergies. So what I was going to look at was, okay, so I was going to go back to the breakout real quick just to show you guys. So there wasn't really a breakout today. I mean, technically, I guess this could have been the breakout if you really wanted to take it. This is the breakout that everyone took. So I know a lot of people are saying that I didn't say there was a breakout. There wasn't really a breakout because for this candle right here, this would technically have, I think this is the candle that people consider the breakout, but there's a couple red flags here. It was right at the session, so I wouldn't have taken it at all. Also, this candle here was too big, so I would have, you know, probably would have waited a bit before taking it. I'm just looking at everyone's profits for the breakout, and this is where people enter the breakout. There wasn't an official breakout. But I could see why people would expect this to be the breakout because this candle was so big and the wick wasn't huge, but it was still a little too big from there. Madu actually took the one before that. So depending on like where you guys entered, oh yeah, so it looks like a lot of people here actually entered on the opening candle. And I could see that too, but I think this would be like even riskier because this wick here is like, so if you measure the body, you typically don't want the wick to be strong, like that big on the bottom, right? So it was actually 230 pips or 220 pips, the body, and then the wick here on the bottom was like almost half the you know, the length of the body. So it's just too big of a wick. So I personally would not have taken it, but it looks like a lot of you guys here actually took it at this point, opening candle. And you can see different people entered at different points. Some people entered right here. Some people could have entered right here. But either way, if you entered at any of those points, I mean, your TP still would have maybe been hit unless your stop loss would have been hit before. So this is why you wouldn't have wanted to trade where the sessions was. So in my personal opinion, I probably wouldn't have taken the breakout, even if, you know, if we saw that there, but it looks like some people here did take it, which is good. You know, I'm glad to see a lot of people here still profiting on their own. But I think that would have been considered like an extremely risky move. There's a V1 right here, but I'm not going to take it because it's right at the sessions. There's a V1 right there. It already would have hit TP, it looks like, but it's too risky. It's right at the sessions. So if you guys can see it, this would be the V1. It's a double wick rejection right there. But again, it's right at the session, so there's no entries for us to take at the moment. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said it might set up with a pivot scalp or a triple confluence, which I could see that too. D said, I'm up a little over 1,200 for the day, so I'm going to get off the charts. Have a great day, everyone. Definitely, D. Congrats on reaching your profit target for the day. And we'll see you back here tomorrow as we wrap up the trading week. John's asking, you can have a V2 with with two green candles. Technically, no, because it's kind of hard for it to have, like, say if you have a high and then you have like you typically won't get a strong candle in that direction. I mean, sometimes you'll see it, but it doesn't really happen too often. Like, it's really hard for you to get a strong candle, meaning, you know, little to no wick on the top side, unless you have like some unusual price movements. Like, for example, here, if this pushes up like this, John, and then say this candle right here pushes up again and it stops exactly at that price point, but with a full body, no wick, like you rarely ever see that. I mean, finding these strong candles are hard enough as it is, because you have to have one with like literally no wick, and for it to stop exactly at that price point, you know, super unlikely. But it could happen. I mean, I've seen it before. Usually it's like during manipulated price movements though. So short answer to your question is it's possible, but not very often, or I just wouldn't really see it very much. We have a V3 here setting up just like Maddie said, but unfortunately it's right at the sessions again, so I wouldn't be taking it. Sessions are like 100% the areas that I avoid. I'm okay with like news price, but the sessions here, you can see where price is rejecting from. It's a pretty strong structure as price continues to, you know, obviously move along. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, not really much at the moment. Yeah, Maddie said need price to push up a little more. So there's space for a sell. Yeah, and I agree too, Maddie. You know, the farther it pushes up, the better. Realistically, that's going to be ideal for us because you want to get away from these sessions. It's too close right now. Some more profits right here. Narith over here sent in his profits. Nice work. Locked in a total of 6,746. So nice work right there, Narith. Looks like you had majority wins. One small loss right there. Looks like it might have been an accident, but overall solid profits across your account. Scotty over here as well. Locked in a total of 428. Nice work, Scotty. And I think that's it for the profits right now. Steven over here as well. Not sure what Steven took. Looks like he took a buy earlier. Okay. I was wondering why Steven took a buy here because his other trades are good. All the sells here were solid for him. He did really good, but the buys here is where he had like big losses. We had a sell bias for the entire day. So I'm not sure why he took a buy there. I'll see what he says, but yeah, Steven. Maddie said, Steven, you got to go back to taking 1 to 2 trades a day. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think you're over trading, Steven. Looks like you're over trading a bit. I'm not sure why you took the bias here. Because I got on the live before this time, and we've only been looking for sells, but we'll see, Steven. I'll wait for you to respond. Sam over here as well just sent in his profits. He said another great day at K2, locked in a total of 1,000 here, 2,000, well over 2,000 across all of his trades here for the day. So nice work, Sam. Patricia over here as well. Patricia locked in a total of 1,442 off this account. Nice work, Patricia. And then her second account over here locked in a total of 1,862. So nice work all around, Patricia, with your trades. Other than that, I think that's it for right now. If you guys have any more profits to send in, feel free to post them up. Mauricio over here, just in time, locked in a total of 26,682 for the day. Wow, you guys are setting the record. It's crazy. Like you, Kevin, a couple other people are just killing it. So nice work, Mauricio. Over here, all wins, no losses, all straight sells. So you were trading the direction of bias, and you took perfect advantage of the bias today. So great work right there, Mauricio. Tiana over here as well. She locked in a total of 1,312. So yeah, she's been trading both ways in the market as well. You could trade both ways. I mean, but people only get lucky for so long. Like if you end up getting caught in these moves here. So like for me personally, I just traded in the direction of the bias. It reflects on my profits here so far as well. So I've only taken sells. I'm up 3,250. I don't need to look for buys. I just look for proper entries and then go proper lot sizing on any of these entries here. So pretty solid. Like I'd rather have less stress. Like I'd rather go and take like 1, 2, 3, like 4 trades and make 3,000 versus taking like 20 trades and only making 1,000, right? Because you'll lose trades and you'll win trades back and forth if you're trading both directions. I don't know. This is just, I feel like this is like, it's easier, right? Because I have no losses. So it just adds up and I have like no negative profits in balancing my profits for the day. So it's up to you guys. I mean, you guys are free to trade whatever, like however you guys want to, but just always keep in mind that if you do trade both ways, when there is a bias, then you can get lucky trading against the bias, but overall, you might get caught in a snag. I've seen some people where they trade both ways, and then they end up losing all their profits when they take like one trade that's against the bias. I think that happened with like Vince. I don't know where Vince is. I'm not gonna put you on blast, but I've seen it before. Vince, like you took a trade against the bias, and like you made so much profit, and then you took one trade that was against the bias, and then you kind of lost all your profits. And it happens to everybody. It's not just Vince. It's just like it happens to a lot of people, but people don't admit it because there's just too much pride involved. Like you guys will have a really good morning, and then as soon as you get off the live, like you forget about the bias and you trade in the other direction. You end up blowing profits. It's happened to me too. So don't worry, guys. It happens to everybody. V3 right here, pending, just like Maddie said. However, the stop loss here is a little too close. Needs to be at least 300 pips. Let's see. Mauricio actually sent in some more profits. So Mauricio over here. Actually, no, it's just a repost. I was like, oh no, actually he took one more trade. So he's up 26,172 for the day. Nice work, Mauricio. So no V3 right there. Price is still back and forth. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so Mauricio has 2 counts actually. Damn, so you killed it, Mauricio. 2 counts right here. His first account, 26,682, and then his second account, 26,172. So nice work, Mauricio. That's crazy. Basically 40K up for the day on 2 accounts. It's pretty nuts. Shannon over here as well. She said, waiting for one to close, up 895 on my 50K challenge. Nice work right here, Shannon. So great profits right here across both of your trades. So keep it up. All right, so there's still nothing available right now. Price is still climbing its way up. However, I think the bias is still for the sell overall. Yeah, Shannon, nice work. Nice work to everybody here. You guys did pretty good. I mean, we started off at a late start, but you guys already took on the market without me on open. And then we picked back up and we locked in a couple more profits. So pretty solid. Kevin said, raising my lot size has been a game changer. Although I'm using some crazy lot sizes, but my account is big enough to handle it. It's a little nerve wracking when I go into drawdown sometimes, but I trust my trade psychology. Yeah, definitely, Kevin. That's exactly how it needs to be done. Other than that, yeah, as Maddie said, there's a V1 body right here, but it is, I think it's too close to the news price. Fortunately, I don't know if anyone's taking it or thinking about taking it. It's just too close. Well, actually, no, I mean, you could do, it's just too late for me to make an entry. So I'm not going to take it. Looks like it might have pushed down quickly and then it pushed back up. I just find it to be kind of risky right now because price is pushing to the upside. Let me check the fundamentals real quick, see where it's at. Yeah, the fundamentals here are starting to weaken. They're only down 143 points. Looking over here at the retail sentiment is currently, yeah, exactly. Maddie said the candle was too small. Yeah, I typically don't want to enter trades when they're like this. Like if this is your entry point and it's like a small candle where it's kind of hard to see, or if it's like a little doji, I wouldn't take it because it's not a full body candle. If you get a full body candle and it's rejecting off it, then yeah, it'd be a good entry to possibly take. But overall, I think it'd be too risky. I mean, it looks like it's probably gonna hit TP, but I wouldn't want to risk it. Yeah, possible V3 here. However, it's going to be pushing down to the news price. So if you guys took that V1 right there, it did hit full TP. So it, just shows that it still works. It's just depending on like how risky you want to be. I found it to be too risky, so I wouldn't want to take it. But the V1 still hit. Yeah, no, definitely. Shannon said, finally found my patience in this crazy market. Thanks, Sean. And that's really what's key, guys. You guys just have to have patience to wait for these biases to come. Like we didn't have a bias on Tuesday, so I didn't trade at all on Tuesday. We didn't really have a bias yesterday either, so I didn't really trade too much. I took like maybe 1 or 2 trades. But today we have a sell bias. So with that sell bias, I'm ready to take on the market. If I see any good trades, I'll take them. But you still have to be a little patient and disciplined not to take every single trade that comes up. So here we go again with the same pattern that's been coming up for the past couple of weeks. You guys have seen where it establishes a high, establishes a low, and it just ranges right down news price, either news price or the sessions. Yeah, Maddie said a V3 here hit, just hit. I don't know if it's one that I would have taken because it's too small, but yeah, technically. Yeah, the stop loss would have been too tight. But I mean, yeah, if you still took it like Maddie did, it still would have hit your TP. Like the stop loss is just way too tight right here. 150 pips. The spread's 110 right now. So if I was to go into any drawdown, I'd probably be screwed. Yeah, nice work so far, guys. Here on the 10-minute, there's nothing to take. Price is just ranging. Back on the 1-minute, there's not really much here either. Overall. Other than that, yeah, Peter said pure manipulation. Yeah, which I wouldn't want to mess with it with price kind of bouncing around like this. Mauricio said, thanks, Sean, for the knowledge, done for the week. NFP tomorrow, just listening, no trading for me. Definitely smart move, Mauricio, especially after making, those huge wins. Definitely, I would just recommend you chill out tomorrow if you don't need to trade. I'll be live tomorrow though, so we'll still be here. Anything else here that I'm missing? That might be it. PC's asking, there was a V3 on the 10-minute. Let me check. Hey, Janae. Yeah, Janae said, great trading day. Have a good day, everyone. Definitely, Janae. We'll see you tomorrow morning if you will be here. See, PC said, yeah, so technically this would be a V3 for a buy, but it's against sentiment. So I wouldn't have taken it here. But yes, this would technically be a V3 here. But it's also very risky because it's right at, it's right at the, so there's a sessions below here, and there's also a sessions, right here as well. But yeah, you're right. There is a V3 right there. Price might bounce off it though. Off that point. So although this is a V3, it wouldn't pass the first step. So it wouldn't be an official V3. I mean, if you weren't looking at the bias, then yeah, I mean, you could look at it, but everything else it doesn't fit because you need to confirm the overall bias. Retail sentiment is a sell, fundamentals are a sell. Technicals here are also a sell. Prices below the pivots, trend meters red. So this technically wouldn't have been an entry that I would have taken or I would have even looked at because the overall bias here was a sell. So yeah, if you're to avoid it, I mean, if you're to ignore it, I see a lot of people ignore it though. So like if you're to ignore this requirement here, then yes, it would be a V3 buy for your PC. Not that I'd recommend anyone do it, but I do see a lot of people do it. So it's really up to your own preference. If you guys feel confident about the move, then yeah, you can still take it. It's just a bit riskier. So other than that, I don't really see anything else here for us at the moment. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I know we started a little late today, so if you guys need me to start later, and if you guys have questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'm open to staying on the live longer if necessary, but if there are no questions, then we'll just wrap it up around our same time. Because I don't think you guys should be risking any more trades after 8, especially when the market is now starting to shift back to the upside. Fundamentals here are getting weaker. Heat map over here is currently still pretty red. Thanks, Alexander. Alexander said V1 on the 1-minute. I don't see one here, Alexander, for a V1. Or maybe there was a high here. And oh yeah, that's probably what you saw. It was probably before this candle. Actually, I don't see it here. Yeah, double wick, but it would have to be a high. Yeah, there would have to be a high here for it to be an entry. Yeah. So no V1 right there. I'll put the requirement for the V1. So oh, you're good. I mean, you're probably just getting excited, wanting to take a trade, but yeah, you would need a overall bias, which we do to sell. You want to confirm the high low using K2 high low indicator. So basically, you need the double wick to happen off like one of the highs. You can be on the left or the right, but there isn't one. There's actually one that's pending right here. It looks like a double body. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Weird. Sorry, guys. My PS5 is down there downstairs making like weird noise. What's going on? Give me 1 second, guys. I need to check it real quick. Sorry, guys, I'm back. I thought my PS5 was gonna like catch on fire or something, but it was just my dog. He's just chilling down there. All right, so back to what I was looking at. I don't think there's anything here right now. It's getting close to 8 o'clock, so it looks like market volatility is starting to die down. I don't know if anyone caught the V1 right there, the V1 that we were looking at earlier. So I was looking at this V1 before I went off screen, and it actually hit TP right here. So there's a V1 that hit right there. Fortunately, I missed it. I had to go check on some stuff. I know, right? CC, he's trying to play. Let's see. Yeah, full TP on the V1 right there. I'm not sure if you caught it, Maddie, but yeah, that was a V1. Tody's asking Maddie for the V1 not needed the previous candle be high low. It can have the candle. It can be either candle, Tody. So for example, right here, it doesn't have to be before it. It can be either the one to the left or to the right. It just needs to be a double body or double wick. Like this can be the high or this can be the high. As long as it's a double wick or double body, it fits the requirements. So that that was an entry right there. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it either. Yeah, no problem, guys. All right, so price is now at the sessions over here. Actually might have another, there's actually news right now though. So prices at the sessions, there's another V1 that's kind of like pending right now. But this is a news candle, so you want to be a bit careful. You know, if you guys do decide to, nope. So actually there's no V1 there. Price pushed past it. Still is a news candle though. So you guys want to be a bit careful. With this, let me check the news real quick and see what it was. So the news was crude oil inventories, and it was positive. So yeah, price is pushing in the direction of news there, which is fine. And it is now still pushing up higher. One thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that the Fed is speaking at 10 o'clock. So if you guys do decide to continue trading, which I recommend you probably don't, you're going to see some manipulation on like 10 o'clock because the Fed's going to be speaking about the US economy. It's going to be a mixed bag. Typically, it's good because before, like when COVID was happening, they'd have good things to say, but we're going through a recession. So they're probably not going to have good things to say this time. Unless it's like J-Powell, then he's going to manipulate price either way. So we do have news coming up here at 10 o'clock. So if you guys do decide to keep trading, which I don't recommend, I'm not going to be trading myself. I'm pretty much done for the day. Take it with a lot of caution, because if you guys are trading here at 10, this is when Mester starts to speak, Fed member Mester. And he's probably going to speak for like about an hour till the end of the session. And with price pushing up higher and higher, the fundamentals are starting to drop as well. So if the fundamentals are starting to drop, there's not going to be a bias. So right here, you can see that it's under 100 points. So since it's under 100 points, it's no longer going to fit the bias, the overall bias, because you need this to be more than 60 or 65% in one direction. So this wasn't even strong to begin with. It's 57%. And then the fundamentals here are also very weak too. They're now 77 points. So with that said, this kind of gives you a heads up like, hey, you should probably get off the market because there's no longer a bias. It's all about patience and discipline, guys. If you guys don't see anything here, then just wait until tomorrow. I mean, I'm doing pretty fine with my profits so far today, so I'm not really looking to squeeze anything else in. Pretty much here are my profits so far for the day. So my profits for the day so far are pretty solid. I'm currently I don't really need to force anything because I made my profit for the day. So 3,299 plus 32 plus 3,454, 32 plus 3250, 3250, 3250. That's not right. Sorry, guys. Or maybe it is right. Maybe I'm tripping. Actually, that might be right. I didn't realize I made that much today because once I add them all up, actually, that was right. Holy shit. Okay, so I actually did pretty solid today. I didn't think that I was doing that well until I added it all up. Because when you just see one account, it doesn't seem like a lot. But once you add it all up, it actually adds up to a lot. I'm up pretty good today. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I'm content with what I did. So I'm good with where I'm at right now. Tony said, Sean, you're one of the best traders, which I know, but your math sucks, bro. I know exactly right. My math does suck. I still need the calculator to do like the bare basics. But you're not wrong. There's a V3 here pending, like Maddie said, but again, I'm not going to take any more trades because there's no bias here. There's no overall bias, so there's no reason for me to take any of these sells here, even though I do think, price may be coming down. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. It is 8:04 right now, so we're a little over the scheduled time for us to get offline. Yeah, Peter said, "Hello, Tony." Sean thinks he made 5K, but then he made 3 times that. True. Yeah, my math sucks. That's why I don't really count my profits until like the end of the week, because it's just. Here's the thing: if you guys check your profits every single day, you're going to be so focused on like making profits, right? Which is a good thing, and it's also a bad thing because if you start focusing on the profits, you're going to start to get greedy. Because say you made like 10K one week, right? And you're like, okay, I want to make 12K the next week or 15K. If you do that, it's going to cloud your judgment. So like what I would recommend is to just focus on winning trades. Focus on winning trades, and then at the end of the week, look at your profits to see how much you actually made. overall. Because if you guys focus on just winning and not losing, the profits will come. It's a no-brainer. Like literally, if you just take trades every day and you win every single day and don't lose, at the end of the week, your profits are going to add up pretty nicely. So that's one thing that I would recommend. Focus on wins, don't focus on the profits, because if you guys just keep winning, the profits will come. So, all right, guys, unless you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat right now. If not, you guys are always free to email me or message me on Telegram, and then I can answer whatever questions you guys have. But I think we should probably wrap it up for the day. Main reason for that is because we do have the Fed speaking here at 10 o'clock, and it looks like price is going to just range between this area from now until then. So I think for everyone's, in everyone's best interest, it's probably best to just sit out the rest of the day. If you guys do need to trade though, just keep in mind that 10 o'clock is going to be like red zone time, where the Fed's going to be speaking probably till like 10 until close. So, all right, guys, hopefully you guys made a lot of profit today and didn't take any losses, but if you guys did, it's all good. We're going to wrap it up tomorrow, as tomorrow is Friday. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning for the next live session as we wrap up the trading week. So have a great rest of your morning, guys. And if you guys don't need to trade, just sit out the market. Otherwise, be careful, and I'll see you guys